Welcome back to the Fantasy Podcast, where two besties spill all the delicious tea on the books we read. I'm Callie, and my bestie is obviously Montana, and we are so excited to be doing a January recap, if you will. Before we get into it, Montana, what era are you in?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Great.
See, I used to try and think about my answers beforehand, and now I just feel so out of practice that I don't think about them. You know what? I'm gonna say. Wait, okay. Nope, I'm changing my answer. The one compared to the one I had in my head. Today, on recording day, not posting date, obviously. Miss Maddie is getting married, and I'm so excited to be attending her beautiful, whimsical fairy tale wedding. So I'm going to say I'm in my speak now era because we're magic today.
That's
what era
cute.
are you in?
Wait, that's a good one. Oh, I don't even have remotely a good answer for this because it just has been like Taylor Swift has made her way so far down on my listen list that
Same.
it's hard. Like, I felt like when we started this, we were listening to a lot of Taylor Swift, and now I just don't. And so it's really hard to pick an era. But if I'm going for mood vibes, I would probably say like a Midnight's or
Ooh.
you know, actually I feel like I'm more like 1989 right now. That feels good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the happy place.
It's a good, yeah, just kind of vibing.
Here's our Chris Olsons.
Put them in.
I love that. So like Callie said, we're just doing a quick little January recap. Essentially, we just want to share what we read in January, and you should be proud of us because we both actually finished books and more than one in a month. Who are we? Like what? Okay.
Although I will say we're already sitting on February 5th, and it's been probably a week since I've picked up anything. In my defense, my husband and I started a new show, and that really, like, when I get in bed at night, if he's up for it, we're going to watch a show. And so then that takes all my reading time, which...
Okay, you have to tell them the show, though, because
if you have seen Peaky Blinders, you know the chokehold that it currently has me in. We just started season 2. I'm obsessed. It's so freaking good. It's very dark, but I really like it. I think it's really good. And if you've seen it, you should let me know and we could talk about it because I'm currently fangirling hard.
I'm like, we all know the biggest reason to watch that show.
I don't know that my husband knows, but that's okay.
We know.
Oh, he's such a great actor. His eyes? Kidding me? Okay, I'm done.
Fantastic
so
show.
Good.
Yeah, no, I have finished one book in February.
Good.
But I started it like way back in January. So
way back.
It's fine.
You're on a good streak, and
I am. So are you.
We read very different books in January, but I felt like we both had some good ones, so that was fun. I don't know where we want to start. If we just want to like go in order that we read, or like least favorite to most favorite for the month.
Oh, nope. I can decide. Totally.
Okay.
Let's do it that way.
Least most.
Let's do it that way. Yeah, and you read more than me in January, so why don't you start?
Okay, so I feel like in January, the 4 books I read, it's hard to pick because I feel like I had some really good ones, but I do know like my least favorite of them all. It was still a really good book. I still gave it like 4. Yeah, I would say I gave it like a 4-star, 4 out of 5 stars. So I read The Crash by Freida McFadden. That was like my most recent finish. And I actually like devoured the book. I couldn't stop reading it. I couldn't put it down. I thought it was really great until the end. It ended fine. Like, it was a good ending. Basically, the gist of the book for people who maybe want to read it. I will not give any spoilers away, but basically the gist is this woman is pregnant. She is like on a small road trip to go visit her brother. It's blizzarding. She ends up crashing her car, and this man comes and rescues her, and basically she's like held captive in their basement. It was very intriguing for a lot of different reasons. And with Frida's book, I feel like people, she's like kind of a controversial author because people are like, her books are all the same. The twists that I think in the book are always like so interesting. This one I did see coming. I kind of knew right away what was probably going to happen, but it still ended different than I thought. I just didn't like the ending. It felt rushed to me, which I guess I kind of feel a lot with her books. But overall, 4-star read. If you like a psychological thriller, it's a good pick.
Now I want to know how it ended.
I can tell you later.
Yeah, not but like now I need all the details.
Yeah, I do feel like, I don't know. Well, you read The Housemaid, I think. Or did you? No, I just told you all of The Housemaid. You never read it.
You told me the entire plot of the entire series, so I didn't have to read it.
Yeah, that's true. That book,
I feel like I read it
in a good way. It is now finally available to like rent and buy on Prime. So that is what I'm doing this weekend. If anyone wants to binge a movie with me, join the fun. I'm so excited. I heard the movie like stood up to the book just as well, so I'm excited for that one. But yeah, I don't know that you've actually read any Frida books, but they're all pretty good. They're just very bingeable for me. And I feel like when I'm in a reading slump, those are always, the chapters are literally like 2-minute chapters. And I think that's what like gets me hooked so quickly.
Yeah.
Is because I'm like, oh, new chapter. Like it's just easy, quick. Mm-hmm. And I sometimes need that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like I have to be in like a certain mood for any type of like thriller books. And that I feel like that just doesn't happen very often.
Not for you.
I'm sure I would like them though, but yeah, I don't typically like gravitate towards thriller books. But I read 3 books in January. And I would say my least favorite, and it was kind of hard to give a star rating to, I finished the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas. So the last one is a novella called Fire Night. I gave it 3 stars. So general consensus, it wraps up the Devil's Night series. Just a quick, easy novella. But it's like, you know, there still has to have some drama. Has to be some drama while like all the couples are together now and everyone's happy and ready to be married. But then, of course, like people from previous books have to jump in and like cause mayhem. It was okay. It was definitely my like second least favorite of the series. The first one was my absolute least favorite of the series. I have thoughts on that one. The main male character is literally like a white, no texture wall. Like he's so boring. I hated him. Rest of the series, so good. But yeah, Fire Night just kind of fell flat for me. I was a little bored throughout it, and it just kept feeling like, okay, really? Like another thing? And there was a lot of inconsistencies in the writing. But I read that one on my Kindle, because all of Penelope Douglas is on Kindle Unlimited, for those who want to know. But yeah, it was okay. I can't really give a whole synopsis since it's the last book of the series.
Yeah, that's true. And novella, I feel like novellas are nice.
You tell the whole story.
When you have like, you know, Frost and Starlight is like important to the story, but like so many people are like, that book was so pointless. But like, no, like you need that.
I honestly love that book.
It was same because it's just like such a happy book. But like you think novella and you think like, oh, it's just like I don't even need to read that. Yeah. But you usually do. And sometimes they're really good, like Frost and Starlight. Unfortunately, Fire Night was just not that.
The author writes them for a reason, so still read them.
Definitely still read them. Yeah. They're good. Especially if it's on Kindle, that helps the authors out. Good work. Okay.
Boom.
Next on my list, ooh, this is hard. I don't know which I liked more of these next two. I'm going to go,
Oh.
just based on my star ratings, I'm going to go with this one because the other one I gave 5 stars and this one I gave like 4.5 stars. So I would say Quicksilver is next on my list. Callie Hart. I did really enjoy the book. I know that it is a very popular book, so I know lots of people on here probably have read it. I did enjoy it. I think the story is really interesting. I'm really interested to see like what's next, like going into Brimstone. I just felt like I needed a break from it because it did kind of drag out for me. I think I went back and no, I think I just listened to this one on audio. Um, and it was good. I am not a huge Kingfisher girly, so I think that's probably what it was. He's fine. Like, he's fine. He's just not my cup of tea. So I think going forward, I know you said you finished Brimstone and you liked that one so much more, and I feel like you and I are very similar in that aspect when it comes to like romantasy, fantasy books. So I'm excited for Brimstone. I will hopefully pick that up this month or sometime.
Pick it up when you pick it up.
You just never know with me. But
before November, because book 3 comes out.
It will be before November. I actually think I have some credits to use on audio. So being that I did the first one on audio, I'll probably stick with that route for this series just because it was easy. But shout out to our friend Chelsea because, hold on, I can't like grab it without knocking things over. She got me Quicksilver for Christmas and I love it. Like, I'm sorry, I just couldn't physically...
The beautiful copy.
Physically read this because it's just so stunning. It has to be in pristine condition for my shelves. But I don't know. Like, he's fine. He just wasn't my favorite male character, which is fine. So 4.5 stars for me because the story was really good and I'm interested to see what's going to happen next as far as like Sarys and her storyline. So that's where I was at for that one. Good book.
Well, that is perfect because my next book is Brimstone. What I have to say about Brimstone.
Look at us.
And Quicksilver.
Look at
Carrion motherfucking Swift. That is what I have to say.
See, that's what about I want to feel.
Both books. Yeah. And Onyx, because we love Onyx.
Yeah.
But
I'm obsessed with Onyx.
I have read Quicksilver twice. Because I read it on my Kindle and then I did a re-listen end of last year to get me ready for Brimstone. And I struggled through Quicksilver both times. It's a fine story. Like, it's a little bit different, with like the Quicksilver portals and all of that and the different realms, like, but it's Kingfisher. I am also not a Kingfisher girly, and I'm just like, it's fine, but it just wasn't my favorite. Brimstone, plot moves so much faster. There's so many things going on, and like, yes, Quicksilver, you're establishing who's who based on the plot, all that. But this is like, shit is going down. There's so much happening. And if Sarys and Fisher weren't in the book, it would have been A-okay with me.
Which is honestly, though, like, I don't know. That's kind of where I was at. Like, there were so many lulls, I think, in Quicksilver that I was just like, get to the fucking point. Like, so many things are happening, but it's almost like kind of back burner things. And you're like, okay, but this is like imminent danger. We need some urgency. And I just didn't feel that for like what's actually happening in the story. I never felt like, and that, I know that there are other books.
I think there was only 2 parts is specifically in Quicksilver where I felt like that, even though there was more danger than just 2 parts.
Right. For sure. But it just felt up and like more down than up. And I like a book to be quick and like feel like it's progressing. And like you're saying, like,
Yeah.
yeah, we have to establish the storyline, but I'm excited that Brimstone was a better read for you because, like I said, I do feel like
Yeah.
we tend to lean pretty similar when it comes to especially fantasy, but that makes me excited for that
You're
one.
going to like
So,
the plot.
yeah, I'm here for the
You will
plot.
like the plot. Here
Wink,
for the
wink.
plot. Here for Carrie Ann Swift. There was a lot of things like I said, outside of Saracen Fisher, I loved so much about this book. And I know people are like, they either love it or they hate it, but I'm in that group where I did really enjoy it.
Mhm,
But there was just so much repetitiveness, and I'm not going to say too much since you will be reading it soon. But there's just some
mhm.
things that Fisher and Saris did throughout the whole book, and I'm like, again, seriously. And then we get this character Kaidan, and I'm like, I just can't. But Carrion, Lorith, like Archer, and Onyx.
Mhm.
That is where I'm at. These everything else was good. Yeah, I read it. No, I did audio for that one. Um, and yeah, I gave it 4 stars. So that was
That's
my
pretty good.
second. Actually, that was technically my first read of the year, but
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so going up to my like second favorite book, which would have been the first book I read of the year. Um, well, actually, I think I started at the end of December, but then I finished it the first of the year because it was break, friends. And what else do you do but
mhm.
read? So I read Taylor Jenkins Reid Atmosphere, and I actually listened to this one, and I I just one adore Taylor Jenkins Reid. I pretty much have loved every single book that she has wrote written, and I have read. Like they're all so good to me. I think just because like you can relate even if you don't relate. Like it can be this story in particular is about a scientist and a professor and or like an astronaut and a professor, and it just is so not anything that we would deal with in our normal life, but also the storyline was beautiful. I didn't cry, but I felt like if I was reading it, I would have cried. But listening is like harder for me to like have that emotional attachment. Um, I definitely think if I was reading it, I would have cried. I also at the end did feel like nothing bad is going to happen, and that kind of did like nothing did bad did happen, so it always ends happy, and I feel like most of her books do, so that's always really a good feeling for me. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a five
Good.
stars. I think her writing is just really really beautiful, and it is a love story between it's two female characters, so there's some good representation in it. I didn't know any of these things going into it, and I literally devoured it. I thought it was so good. I loved listening. Yeah, it was just easy 5 star for me. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid, and so Atmosphere, great, great read, great read. Mm-hmm.
I love that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I
It's a
want to read
feel
it.
good story. It felt really good. It's like, and I like these stories because they're science based and like again not anything I deal with in my normal life, but it was sprinkled
Yeah.
in a sense that's like it's not super heavy on the page. It's not like what am I reading and I can't comprehend. It's very easily digestible, and
Yeah.
I enjoy like just very different facets like that. I think it's super fun. So, mhm.
Absolutely. I have one more book that I read in January.
Mhm.
Um, I, again, just going to Devil's Night, I read Nightfall and can't give really a whole synopsis just because, you know, storyline being the end of the books or book series. But this is Will Grayson the Third's book. Listen.
Listen here.
Will essentially gets taken to a place called Black Church. And if you've read Devil's Night, you know that like all of the characters, well, all the male characters, they come from very wealthy families. Um, their parents have money and power and they can get away with whatever. And Will get sent to a place called Black Church, which is where wealthy families send their degenerate sons when they can't have them like giving them bad publicity.
Okay.
But it's like everyone thinks that black church is a myth and it's just like something to scare kids into like being good until they go.
Uh-huh.
And there's
I'm
like
stressed.
but there's only the people who have been sent there, like the other guys there are the only people there with you. There's a supply team that comes once a month and restocks your food and supplies, and then they leave.
Santa
And
Claus?
you don't know where you're at. It's just Murray.
It's just Murray. Supply drop.
I love that. But that's it. Like they do have food in the kitchen, but they also like go to the woods and hunt for their own meat, and they have no clue where they are. And it's like you don't know when you're leaving. You don't have a phone. You don't have internet. Nothing. You usually don't even know why you were sent there.
Great. I love this.
So there, yeah, it was actually really good. And obviously, every book being a different main male character, there's a different main female character. And I mean, this is like the very first chapter. It's not a spoiler. It's also at the end of Conclave. I couldn't remember which one it was. It was the other novella. Our female main character wakes up, like she left work, and the next thing she knows, she's waking up and she's at Black Church.
Oh, shit.
And we don't know why she's there. And these guys are like, they don't ever let us come out when girls are here. Like, our doors are always locked. Who are you? Why are you here? Oh, no one knows you're here. You're supposed to be, like, they were supposed to leave you here. And it's like, it's intense because these dudes are in there for, like, murder and stuff. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I did it on my Kindle.
I feel.
I gave it 4 stars. Overall, I really liked it. And the Devil's Night series is definitely going to be a reread series for me. Totally has me in a chokehold now. And out of the 4 main male characters, I'm just in a why choose of 3 of them. So
yeah,
it's fine.
That's fine. We are always for a why choose. Like, no, I want them all. And
Michael Chris can just go away forever, but Kai Mori, Damon Torrance, and Will Grayson III, absolutely. And your women as well. Like, all 6 of you.
Oh my
I want to keep you all.
Oh, all of them.
They were great. All of them.
Oh, I love that.
That's my January reads, though.
You did good. I have one more. Yes. And I don't even know how to talk about this book. Because it hurts so bad. I have not cried. Okay, so I read The Last Letter. Rebecca Yarros. We have beef right now, which is not unheard of on this podcast at all. But we have major beef right now. So I knew that when I started this book, and I started it for this reason, that I needed a good cry. So the night I picked it up, I started reading on my Kindle. I got, 6, 7 chapters in. I'm not even sure. And I already was crying. God. And then by the end, the pain that I felt, I'm going to cry thinking about it. I have just never loved and hated a book so much for its contents. The characters were like so perfect. I couldn't. I gave it 5 stars, immediate 5 stars. Like before I was done, I knew it was 5 stars. But the main character, Beckett, it's essentially these 2 best friends are military. One passes away pretty early on in the book. And then Beckett, who's the best friend, goes and his best friend, I think his name was Ryan, if I'm remembering right. He writes him a letter essentially saying, like, go, and my only, like, request of you is that you like look after my sister. So she lives in Colorado. Beckett ends up showing up in Colorado. The sister has these twin children, and Beckett like takes it upon himself to like care for her. Meanwhile, they had already been passing letters back and forth while they were overseas, and she does not know that that's who she was writing letters to. So she's pissed, doesn't want anything to do with him. The story goes on, you know, truth comes out. They fall in love, but then there's all this turmoil, and you get the letters all throughout the book. I'm like shaking. This book was so beautifully written, but also just like ripped every part of my soul apart, and it just hurt so bad in like the best way. I just, if I could undo things on those pages for her, I would, because it wasn't fair. It was not fair at all. But it was such a beautiful book. And so if anyone wants to read a book that will totally make you cry, do it. Do it. Because I'm like crying thinking about it.
Damn it. This is the most I know about this book now, and I'm like, I need to stop everything else I'm doing and read it.
But also, like, no, because the pain that it seriously caused me, it's a book that I want to recommend to people, but I also like have such a big
Cry
disclaimer on it that
yeah,
like you do have to know the triggers on it to like accept the book for what it is. But she did such a wonderful job writing it, and what you think is like not how it ends, and so it yeah.
I mean, honestly, Rebecca Yarros does, fantasy series aside, her romances, and we all know that her husband was military, so she understands that dependent life and those relationships. And so I haven't read that one, but I have read The Things We Leave Unfinished, and she like she paints a picture,
painfully painted. She just so many in this book. Painfully.
Damn it, Rebecca.
Yeah. It truly, like, I will never forget that book. I am very quick to forget a lot of things about a lot of books I read, but I can still feel the pain when I read certain chapters of that book. Like, it tore me apart.
It impacted your life. Oh, that's me with You've Reached Sam. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. It's one of those. Like, I won't be surprised if eventually at some point I reread that book, just because it was just so beautifully written. Like, the love in it is so real. It's so raw. And it does show like a lot of ups and downs and like different aspects of love. And I think that's what was really cool about it. Not just like in a relationship, but like with your family and things like that. And okay, I'm done. But it's like real. 10 out of 5 stars for me. That was such a beautiful book. And yeah. Destroyed
I love that for you.
But that was all my books.
Before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap this up, maybe let's end on a happy note. And you want to talk about what we are currently reading?
Yeah. What are you currently reading right now? You have some good ones.
So I actually just finished Heir of Fire.
Oh, you did finish.
I did. I finished a couple days ago, so I'll be starting Queen of Shadows. I'm doing my Throne of Glass reread. And my heart feels home. And
yes.
Also, being that it's my second time reading it, I'm catching all the things. I'm picking up on so much more, which is really cool. But I've reread ACOTAR multiple times. I've reread Crescent City. This is my first time rereading Throne of Glass, and like this time I feel at home. I'm like, that is where I belong.
Yes.
And I do feel that way when I go back to ACOTAR, but I'm like, it's just different now. Like this one, I can't. So I'll be starting Queen of Shadows soon, and then Callie and I both are trying to work through our mass of physical TBRs that we have. So we actually have titles in bowls that we're drawing from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had one spill out. So after I finished writing my titles, I let my husband draw the very first one for me. And well, I finished Devil's Night and then he happened to draw Credence. I'm like, I guess I'm staying in the Penelope Douglas range. So I'm about 25% through that one. We'll see. It's not a bad book. It's solely because there is a character in that book, a spicy character who has the same name as my child. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that, but we haven't gotten to that type of content yet. So we're still trucking along. Listen, I'm so here for this random ass
like
step
disassociate from that, like just disassociate the name connection, because when I read that book, I was obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
I already love his character.
This is a very fucked up situation. However, hear me out, okay?
But
so I'm excited that you're reading it. I did give you that disclaimer. Like when I read it, I was like, oh, I don't know though, because I think we had gotten them like around the same time, but I just read it before you. But still good. I mean, I hope overall that you'll enjoy the story, and just
I'm enjoying it so far already.
Go through and like
Jake is
black out the
character.
name. Yeah, black out just the one name and like pretend it's something else.
I'll just give him a new name.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll give him a new name.
I also really loved the end of that book. I thought it was really good. So loved the end. Loved that book. Those are good.
This is a why choose scenario, and I have heard she does eventually choose. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll be telling you my thoughts as I get farther along.
Yes, please do. I did enjoy that book a lot. But at the end, I was like, but why choose? But why? But the ending is really good. So I don't know how far I am through it because I'm listening to, so from my physical shelf or my jar, I did say like that I could choose any format in which I wanted to devour the book, and also I could skip, but if I redrew, I couldn't skip. So in January, I drew The Crash, so that was why I read that one. And then I didn't actually draw it, but I had already had it in my audiobook library, One Dark Window. So that is a physical book that I do have on my shelf. So I decided to do that one too. So that is what I'm currently listening to. I really like it. I am kind of at a point where I'm like, can we just wrap this up? Ready for the second one, I think, and just move on with the story, I guess is kind of where I'm at. And then because I love my trash TV shows, the third season of Tell Me Lies came out, and then I discovered that is actually a book, and I like when they come out, I like devour them. However, it's like coming out one episode at a time right now, and it's taking too long. And now that I know it's a book, I started reading the book, which is giving me so much like backstory to what you don't get in the show, which is why the book is always so much better, people. But so I'm reading that. I honestly don't know if I want to finish it right now. It's good, but I also, because I already know the story, it's not like grabbing my attention like I thought it would. But the book does have so much more. So I'm still undecided on if I'm reading it on my Kindle. I think it was on Kindle Unlimited. And it's really good. I don't know. I kind of am like needing something that's like grabbing my attention, because right now I just don't want to read again. And so that's when I get in a slump, and I need to get out of the slump. And it's also probably because Peaky Blinders is like taking over my entire brain. So I got to get back to reading.
If there are any books with that vibe, let us know. I'm sure there are.
Actually, though, there has to be
recommendations.
It's really good
with the Peaky Blinders vibe.
Really, really good. Yeah. It's also a good show for men, for our male audience. My husband likes it. It's like mob, like gang related. But it's set in like the 1920s, around that time frame. So
Mm-hmm.
very good. I enjoy it. And then the show, it's obviously set in Birmingham. Ugh, stop. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all.
Just post-war mobsters.
Yep.
If you want to watch the show and you're trying to convince a man to watch it with you, say that.
Say that. It's so good. So very
That's what you lead with, and he'll love it.
I'm at this point just waiting for Tom Hardy to make an appearance. I also love Tom Hardy. Big Tom Hardy fan. So waiting for him to make his way in. Hasn't happened yet, but we're only on season 2, so we're early on. I don't know when he comes. Don't tell me. Don't give me spoilers. I accidentally
I'm not gonna say a word.
was Googling. This is embarrassing. I was Googling things about the Peaky Blinders because I just wanted like the actual like history of it. And I saw a massive no, but like because I do think it's really cool. Obviously there's things that are exaggerated because it's a show, but then I saw a massive spoiler for the show, so I'm ignoring that.
Yep.
I'm hoping it's not true, and if it is, I guess it's fine. And I guess when I watch, I kind of forget, but then I remember, and I'm like, oh, oops. So
that's me with Sons of Anarchy.
Oh no, yes, I love Sons of Anarchy too. That's a good show too.
I never finished it because I literally found out all the spoilers, like, and exactly how they happened. So now I'm like, I don't want to watch that happen.
I didn't find out how anything happened. It just was like the related search. And I was like, ugh. So, yeah. Do you know where I'm going with that?
Are we talking about Opie? Because that's who I know everybody.
Peaky Blinders.
But... Oh, I thought we were talking about Sun still. It's been a hot minute, and I was also reading while my husband was watching it. So
yeah, that's fair. But anywho, lots of great reads. I'm excited. Hopefully we can get 3 to 5 more good reads in February. It is a shorter month, so I suppose I better get on my shit and get to reading. But if you have any fun reads that you want to share from January or things you're looking forward to in February, please share them. We are always excited to talk books and see what people are reading, give us recommendations, all the fun things.
Guys, when you comment on our stuff, it just like makes our days. Seriously, so much. Amanda, girl, you've been commenting on everything, and I appreciate it.
She's our girl.
You got us. Thank you for being. She is. Thank you for being such like a religious fantasy supporter and listener. Like we really appreciate it. And we love you so much. Yeah, don't forget to follow us on all the socials. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the places that you can find us. Go, like, share, comment, do all that stuff as well. With that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Thanks. Bye.